Hi, I'm Jeff Byers, your instructor for this course. This is Annie 245 Character Animation, and this is Module 4. And I'm hoping you are all staying healthy and safe. In this Module 4, we will be finishing up the character animated shorts. Go ahead and go into our Module 4. Alright, so basically we're going to be creating and adding polish to the stage of the game. So basically the objectives is that you will continue on polishing and tweaking and working with your splines in the graph editor. If you need additional help, technical help, you can go up to Autodesk Maya 2019, and I got a link right here for you. Another thing I want to keep reminding you guys, I have contact information here. I don't do Zoom, that would be extremely chaotic, but that's why I do this intro video for you guys to kind of lay out exactly what I need to have from you guys. So I'll go through everything. Basically, we're going to polish your animation up. And one of the things that I wanted you guys to keep referencing is your textbook. So this has been a while. So How to Cheat in Maya 2014. So page 286, I highly recommend that you look at that and read that. Basically, polishing in the industry is basically, I would say, 80 to 90% finished. This is where your polishing comes in. So basically, a lot of people call this the 5% or the 10% polish. So basically, what you're looking for, your animation should look really good right now. It should be pretty fluid. But now we're going into the micro movement, okay? So add a tiny bit of micro movement to match the inflection of the dialogue, okay? So here's the short list. There's a longer list in the book, okay? So basically what we're looking for is checking the eyebrows and eyelids, okay? Add overlap and overshoot to the eyebrow movement. Add some micro darts to the eye, and we have tutorials in here for that. Untwin the keyframes of the eye blinks, so don't make sure they're not blinking at the same time. Offset them like 1 frame or so, and same with the movements of the eyebrow. Check for cheeks and squints. Okay, if you haven't touched those yet, I would look at those. Basically, when you are moving your mouth and saying certain words, you are changing your facial shape and structure, and that of inflection, then that's going to make a huge difference in how you come across and how the action and the what do I want to say, the acting comes across. So that makes a huge difference, and I see a lot of this kind of thing that you're seeing here not being done in student level work because it takes so much time to do it. Okay, so basically you're going to need to think about micro movements in the hands and fingers. If you do have moving holds, make sure you have the fingers moving just a tad. Don't have them stationary for very long, because whenever we're talking, we move our hands all the time. We do gestures with our hands. Some of us more than others, but you need to watch for that. Make sure all the body movements have weight, okay, and shift. Make sure you're always thinking about, when you're moving the body, how the weight is being shifted and how you are balancing your character. So always keep that in mind. Fix any penetrations. This is a technical issue I see a lot. Hands going through desks and tables, or going through itself, or going through the arm of itself. It would be nice if we had collisions based on the character like we do have in gaming, where we don't have to worry about that, but we do have to worry about it, and it's easy to penetrate the mesh in CG. So watch for penetration. For the ground and feet, the ground from the feet to the ground, Make sure they're not penetrating or penetrating other objects. So watch that. That's a kind of technical issue I'm always looking for too as well. And here's a cool little thing. Is watch the animation play backwards to see any pops or hitches in the animation that you couldn't see before. And actually this works. Play backwards, and if you have any issues with your animations, gimbal locking or something like that you need to fix, that's a good way of finding that out. Alright, polishing the last 10%, a tutorial for you to look at. It's not really a tutorial like, here, this is what you need to do. Every animation is going to be different, and it's going to be impossible to find a video, or even for me to create a video for you that's going to specifically hit everything you need to have hit, and that would be impossible. So the whole idea is that I have to give you videos that show you the process, and you have to take that process and that pipeline and put it into your own animation. That's the whole idea of this whole process. Otherwise, we'd all be doing the same boring animation, and if that's what we want to do, then everybody's portfolio will be the same. And yes, I could keep it exactly, and you would learn exactly, but that's not what really learning's really about. I think some of learning is that we show you how to do stuff, and then you go on your own and you experiment, and whether you fail or you succeed, we actually learn more from failing. So I'm just going to tell you that straight up. Failing is a big part of character animation, and we just got to pick ourselves up and continue working forward. And the more you do this, the better you get. Okay. So we go through. You watch this, and then there is a step-by-step, which is really nice to watch. And this is a really great character too, by the way. It's just that it's pretty. What's the best way? It's not as user-friendly as the 11 rig. Some of these rigs are fantastic, but they're very complex and sometimes hard to animate. But it's nice to watch a professional. This guy really knows his stuff, and it's really fun to watch him create this. I think this was the throwing scene. And then we've got additional polishing for feature animation that is really nice to watch. You guys can watch both of those. Alright, so with that done, once you get an idea what polish is about, what you're really doing, then we get into you need to actually start creating this. So you watch the videos, get some ideas, take some notes down just like you would in a lecture. And then what you're going to do is you're still working on your 150 to 300 plus frame animation. You can go higher than that if you want to. Your breathing life, basically this is everything that I'm looking for. You've already finished the blocking plus, and now you're working and refining your animation into the polishing stage. Okay. Alright, so another thing I wanted you guys to keep thinking about are moving holds. This is a great little video for moving holds. You can never just stand still. You always have to be moving slightly, even though, and this is all about moving holds and how to create those. Adding eye blinks and darts. A lot of us, this is the last thing a lot of animators do. They don't do this right away. This is the last thing they do, and that's kind of the polishing, finishing touches. So I wanted you to watch that. And we also have another adding eye darts and movement to the 11 rig, which is kind of cool. Found that one. And then facial expression. This is also something you guys have to add into your character animations. This is something that can be part of the whole process, or if you haven't put that in yet, this is a great time to do that. It's not going to really affect too much of your animation. I've seen a lot of people, there are a lot of studios, and I worked for a studio that when we did character animation, we had somebody doing the body work, and then maybe I was in charge of all the facial animation. I would get the body animation and then start the facial animation. That's none unheard of. And I've heard of people doing facial animation first, which is usually unusual. It's kind of unusual to see that, but it's they do that too. So it depends on how you want to go about doing this, and there are people that do it all at the same time, depending on the workflow and uh, how big of a boutique you work for, animation house you work for. So if it's a small animation house, you're probably going to do the whole entire animation parts, or depending on if you work for a larger company, you'll be doing just parts. I've seen people that just work on eyebrows. They're experts at the eyebrows and eyes and the eye darts. So and then it moves on to the next animator. So it's not uncommon for 5 or 6 animators to be working on one rig. So that gets pretty crazy, but it's not unusual. So all right. So how do you complete a movie with PlayBlast? Well, you're going to have to download Xvid, because you're not going to give me uncompressed videos that are 400, 300 frames long. Those could reach like a gig, and we just don't have that, that size. We just don't have that resource to be able to upload that big of a file. Plus, it takes me forever to download. So please use Xvid. And that takes you through how to do that. PlayBlast Xvid video. I don't show you how to install. Xvid is really easy to install. You download it. You make sure you turn everything off. Make sure Maya is not running, or any other apps is not running. Then you install it, and you're good to go. So Xvid's installed. You have to shut down your computer, restart it again before everything takes place or installs properly, and then you open up Maya and go ahead and do a PlayBlast, and you should see Xvid come right up. It should be in there. Grading Rubric, you guys can read that. I just basically need your MB file of your final animation, and then I need to have a AVI or QuickTime final polish pass PlayBlast QuickTime movie that is compressed either at Xvid or H.264. I can read both of those, so that's fine. Turn in instructions, again, deliverables. I just kind of went through that already, but you can read it here. And we will be finished. If you get this far and you're pretty happy with your animations, congratulations. This is always a tough class for students. And because it does take a lot of work on your part. It's kind of like taking a painting class. You just can't rush that stuff. So this is kind of the same thing. This is a tough class in that regard, that it does take a lot of time, especially when you get to the polishing stage. So this week you're going to be very busy with that. And don't wait till the last minute to polish your animation. It will show. It will show. Alright, so those of you that want to do extra credit, you can get up to 10 extra credit points. Lighting and rendering, you'll need to watch the video. Everybody's scene's going to be different, and I think I even, believe it or not, I even forgot to turn my my background dome light on, Arnold dome light. My bad, but I didn't even notice it until I watched the video. It's like, okay, forgot to turn the dome light on. Oh well, it gets the point across. So it'll take you through that and show you how to put it together. I think I even go into Premiere Pro. There's other editing software that you can use if you have it and you want to use it to put the sequenced images together and put it together. But one thing you need to have in mind is that how long it will take you. So if you're taking less than a minute, this is what I was finding, that my computer was able to render about 55 seconds per frame. It will take me between maybe 6 to 12 hours. On my machine it'll be probably about 6 hours. I got a very fast machine, and then it goes up from there. So just keep in mind that if you're going to render the animation, you probably should do it the day before, not the day of turning your work in. Okay? So I want you to have fun with this. This is it's really something special to take a character and bring life into that character. It's a beautiful thing, and hopefully you guys enjoy character animation this class, and then to look forward to what's happening next is that we'll be hitting lip syncing. So that'll be Module 5, and I look forward to teaching that as well. So good luck with everything, and get your stuff in on time Sunday at 11:59 or earlier. Have a good day, and I'll see you the next module.